Hordes of zombies have fallen before Joshua's hammer. But now it is broken, we have an issue on our hands. We are still surrounded and deep within the center of the city here, and there are even more hordes beneath us still. But our trench mace is on its last legs. However, I don't want to give up. Joshua is a fighter and has learned deep inside himself over these last few days in the Cataclysm that giving up isn't really in him. So I had an idea. Fortunately, the time between episodes has given me time to think and also time to notice things. You noticed in our last episode in my edit, I believe I even pointed this out, is that over here, we had actually seen something that I didn't realize we had seen, which is there are fuel tanks here, both gas and diesel. If we were to get over here and check these, there is a chance that there would be hundreds to thousands to tens of thousands of gasoline and diesel in these tanks, on top of whatever is in the actual fuel tanks themselves, which is, not going to be an inconsiderate amount as well. This might be single-handedly the answer to our helicopter's problems. So, my idea is, well, we are surrounded in cars, right? We're actually going to crouch because we don't want things on the other Z levels to see us. So we're surrounded in cars, right? Here's my idea. I don't know if I have the tools to pull this off, but I'm thinking that I might be able to tear apart. Actually, I just realized we have another piece of tool here as well. We have the trench mace itself. We can cut that up. Oh, it only gave us splintered wood. Damn! I was really hoping it would give us a pipe. A pipe is a pretty important thing to us right now. But what we can do is we can examine this vehicle and we can see if there's anything we can remove, like the muffler, for example. And the idea here is that we're going to just basically pull parts off of one of these cars until we get enough parts off that we are able to make something. So that gave us a muffler and some nuts and bolts. The nuts and bolts are pretty useful. We can disassemble the muffler for some pipes. Yes. Okay. Are we there yet? Okay, we have sharpened pipe. What do we need for maces? Okay. So a trench mace would be ideal, but it looks like we need a tool of drilling, which we don't have. So what about just a normal pipe mace? We would need pipe fittings. And for the simple mace, we would just... Simple mace isn't going to happen. Okay. We can already just go ahead and say that simple mace is not going to happen. It's mentioning, like, leather down here. Well, actually, there might be leather in the seats. Interesting thought. Interesting thought. We're going to equip our halogen bar here, and anything that we can't pull off the vehicle here, we don't really need the windshield, but the vehicle tank might have something useful. Anything we can't pull off the vehicle here, we might bash down with the halogen bar, because we should be able to get steel chunks out of bashing down parts of the car. Another thing we're going to do is that if we get too tired, we should be able to... Let's see what we got this time. We got some chunks of steel, lumps of steel, scrap metal. So we're getting along there. We're getting closer. I don't know if we'll be able to find any pipe fittings here. I wonder if we can find some leather. Where's the seats? Seats. Okay, so we have a seat belt here. It says more parts, but it won't let me get down to the seat. Is there a way for me to... Let me check the controls. It claims that the button is tab, but that can't be right. Page down, page up. No. Despite... No matter what I try, it doesn't seem to want to go down. But it does allow me to take some stuff off. So we can take off the seat belt. Oh, there we go. There we go. Leather seats. Yes. That is amazing. Because we have a leather seat, we can cut it up. And maybe a simple mace is actually going to be in the cards for us. So we will disassemble... Oh, we can only cut up the leather seat. But we did get some leather pipes out of it. And we don't need to cut up the scraps there. Okay, let's look at maces again now. How far are we from... Well, we don't have a pipe mace. But now we would just need some string, essentially. And a stick. Okay. We're a lot closer now. So let's look at strength. Maybe cordage. I like the problem solving of this game, and I hope you guys like it as well. And if you guys don't like this, then let me know. Okay, so hey, good to know that spinning wheel actually makes this process a lot faster. That's useful information for the future. Okay, so we need 50 thread of any kind. Is there anything here that I think we can make thread out of? The cotton patches will make 4 cotton scraps. Cotton scraps turn into 1 thread. That's not worth our time. Okay, what else do we have on the vehicle here? We also have other vehicles we can check as well, of course. Of course. I don't think the integrated cooler or heater are going to be useful for us. The controls aren't useful. We will go ahead and remove this other leather seat here. Oh, we have to get rid of the seatbelt first. Okay. And then remove the seat. And then we can disassemble those things. Did we fail to remove the seats? That's interesting. It says that you remove the leather seat from the muscle car. You drop several items on the concrete floor. But I don't see the items that we dropped. They vanished. Interesting. Okay. I just wanted a little bit more leather from that. That's what I was thinking. Let's see. Wheel assembly. None of these seem useful to me. Okay. So what I'm going to do is we're going to smash this. So that gives us a bunch of chunks of steel and lumps of steel to play with. Okay. Are there any useful weapons that we can make? A sharpened pipe is not a useful weapon. It only has 13 pierce, and we're not good with pierce weapons in the first place, and this is not the time to get good at pierce weapons. There's some cudgels or scrap knuckles for unarmed, but that's for another run. Okay, so let's just, what are we missing? Let's go over to bashing weapons real quick. So we would need pipe fittings to at least get a pipe mace. That does 20 bash. It's not bad, right? A simple mace is 22 bashing and has +1, right? So it's just a little bit better. And then the trench mace is just a little bit better than the simple mace. Okay, so we're still at the point where we would need long string cordage. 1 long string. Here's the thing. We know where to get a singular long string. If there's a single window nearby, even a single window nearby. Is there any cars up here? There's not. Okay. If there's even a single window nearby, we should be able to, yeah, like those right there. The windows of curtains. We pull down a curtain, we can get a long string. We're going to double check, make sure that there's nothing like right here. I don't see anything. There are obviously a lot of zombies around, but they don't see me right now. Okay. Something just saw me to the south. We do also have this Halligan bar, which does 42 bash and 5 pierce, which means that that's effectively 47 damage per swing. But there's a reason I don't want to use this, is that the Halligan bar is an incredibly valuable tool. And if we kill 100 zombies with it, it's probably going to break. And I can't afford to break it. In an absolute pinch, if we don't manage to get this done in any other way, we will consider using the Halligan bar. This is pretty far to go. There is windows on the first level here. Those zombies are coming pretty quickly at this point. Okay, we need to stop crouching. And we also need to wear our firefighter PBA mask because there's thick smoke right there. Let's make sure that it's still active. It is. Okay, so we're gonna stand here and we're gonna take out at least this acidic zombie. Oh, that smoker really sucks for us. That's going to make a shit ton of noise. They're all just going to be rushing over to where that smoker just died. That's really unfortunate. That was not what we needed right then. Okay, we're going to eat some jam, make sure we keep our calories up. We have plenty of food and water. We can keep this going for a really long time, to be honest. A really, really long time. We should check this other car real quick. Make sure there's nothing over here. That is... Oh, hey. There's some more car tools and some duct tape. We can add that to our pile of goods that we have. To see, like, what we can make, right? We're gonna crouch again because I don't want to draw zombies from a distance over to us. And we're going to just head straight back up here and add this stuff to our pile. So something else I just noticed is that the roof seems like it might connect here. It does. If we can get into this elevator, we might be able to just walk across the roof And then there's a stair that goes down into the building. Can we break into this elevator? Let's hit this wall with the halogen bar for a moment, which I hate doing because it might damage the bar. Damn, right down in the bottom right, it says you don't seem to be damaging the closed metal door. The halogen bar with its 42 bash is not enough. So that means that door right there, it's not going to happen. If 42 bash doesn't go through it, pretty much nothing is going to go through it. Your ability to bash down walls and objects is pretty much almost exclusively tied to how much bashing you do on top of how much strength you have, because strength kind of increases your bash damage. So you'll see there that it says bash damage set 4.5. Okay, so the only thing we need is a string, and we definitely don't have the ability to make any string over here, right? Again, we can disassemble the cotton patches, but that would give us 4 cotton scraps. So we would only have 20, even if we took the time, which it would take an incredible amount of time to get these patches down to scraps, and then to take the scraps all the way to cloth or to strings, right? We would still only end up with 20 string, which is not as much as we need. We need 50 if we're going with string. Yeah, a short string is 50 thread. So that doesn't work. Remember to take off the mask because, again, for some weird reason, this particular type of PBA mask uses up its charges whenever you're not actually using it. Let's check one more time. We've given them some time to walk away. That's another thing is... Let me check the recipe real quick. Do we need a clean string, or can we use any string? A simple mace requires... Oh, hey, we have it now because duct tape. We found 71 duct tape. I didn't notice that was one of the options. Okay, so now we just need a stick. Let's head back up real quick. Okay, simple mace. We're 1 stick away. Can we make a stick? Let's see. If we can get 1 plank. Is there anything wood on this thing? We'll check. Maybe the quarter panel? Let's see. Description, a half-height metal wall. Damn. I don't really think we're going to find any wood in here. I know some fancier cars have wood in them. Because, you know, fancy cars, right? This whole building is stone and metal. What about the ceiling? More stone and metal. Okay. What about 1 floor down? That's not a fancy enough car. That's an electric car. You can tell because it doesn't have room for the motor. And there's a sedan here, but again, I don't think it's going to have wood in it. We could even get a plank. We could get a stick, right? Is there anything on any of these corpses? It's a telescoping umbrella there. Made out of plastic and aluminum. Is there anything in these trash cans? Just roach dirt. There's a diluted devourer right there. We really, really need a better weapon, for sure. Pull off the halogen bar. Take care of this guy. Okay, so the other resource we have nearby is this hardware store. If I remember correctly, there wasn't that much in it. But if we could get to the hardware store, there's plenty of pipes, some wood bricks. There are some short planks there. So we would probably need... We would get everything we need if we could get over to this. The wire is also useful, but just not right now. Problem is that that's a little far away for how surrounded we are. Let's check down. Oh, there is literally a diluted devourer and a tough zombie in the way. What about this building down here? What is that building? That is the radio station. Okay, here's the question. Oh, we can't go down. Okay. There's a chance we could drop a whole bunch of our stuff here. Just get fully unencumbered. And then jump across the gap. Make a run for it. Pick up what we need. And then come back. This is a bad idea, but we're going to do it. Okay, so we're going to drop our canteen. We're going to drop our backpack. We're going to drop our riot armor suit. And our tack vest. And how much does that put us at? Okay, we're at 0 encumbrance now. We'll leave our halogen bar in our hands. And we're going to unload our pockets, right? so that we have room to put stuff in our pockets. Okay, let's see if it's going to let us try and jump across now. Hey, here we go. Woo! Okay. Jumped across. Absolutely no issue. Make sure we crouch. Things are still seeing us. What is that? Is that a feral? No, that's a zombie child. Okay. We're going to start walking. Oh, there's a scroll in here for torn skin. It's a druid scroll, though, so that's not interesting to us. We just need to get inside as quickly as possible. Oh my god, are you kidding me? There's no... Oh, fuck. Nothing of what we need is in here. Zombie took a swing at me. We're gonna head back up. What about this stuff? Scrap wire, pipe, metal, antennas. No. Is there any water in here? There's water in here. Okay. So I will say that we have a lot of time on our hands because of the water now. Guess we jump back across. Whew. Okay. We'll take these bandages back. Wear all this stuff again. That's too large of a gap to go across. And the zombies are all around us. It's 12 p.m. Okay. What other things can we do here? This looted devourer is literally guarding our entrance down, and because of our new settings, it has now followed us upstairs. We need to get as far away from this thing as possible, super quick. In fact, I might leave it on the top floor here. There we go. Okay. We'll deal with that in a minute. We're pretty hurt, and it could end us. So, yeah. We do have this locked carry pistol. Hold on. We could just try and kill it. Kill the disilluted devourer. Because it is one of the bigger threats here. So let's stay about here and aim up. I'm tempted to kill the tough zombie first, but the disilluted devourer is a much bigger problem. So I would like to get some bleeding off on it. And we'll kind of go back and forth here. This is going to attract more zombies to us, for sure. Okay, we're going to stop aiming. He's heavy bleeding. He's bleeding. Back up a little bit. Let's take out the tough real quick. Because if the tough grabs us, the disilluted devourer will definitely kill us. Okay, the tough is down. We kind of accidentally... Oh no! The tough fuses with the disilluted devourer. That's actually much worse. Okay, heavy bleeding. It's too close. Let's run back. Aim up again. I want about a 50% chance to hit it. We have one shot left in our gun. Where is it at? It's heavy arterial bleeding, but it's still at it. So how these things work is that they have kind of like this extra HP bar, right? We're going to go down 2 floors, reload our gun. And then we'll head back up and fire it again. So how these things work is that they basically have extra HP over the cap for each zombie that they've consumed. And I believe they also gain some stats for each zombie that they've consumed as well. So they do get much scarier on top of gaining. So it's not that it's regenerate. It does regenerate, but it's not that it's currently regenerating with its max HP. It's that we haven't made through its basically temp HP yet. Now that it's close, we can kind of rapid fire into it. It is much too close. Oh, this one also just has a shit ton of HP. Holy crap. Do we think we can run past it? We can if we avoid these bile splatters. Because with the current version, you can actually slip. Oh, it slipped. Fuck yes. That's exactly what we needed. I don't want any chance to miss. Let's lead it back through the bile. We're running out of stamina, though. It slipped again. Holy crap, how much HP does this thing have? Okay, we're gonna run. Get down at least 2 floors. Catch our breath. And we'll come back up the ladder. Yeah. The zombies below really don't like us firing our gun. Where's our gun at? 3 shots left. Might as well honestly reload it. Make sure we reload it with something that actually has ammo. And of course, because my UI bug, I have no idea what that actually is. We just guessed, and we got it right on this way. Nice. We really need to be careful about not stepping into the bile here. Only bleeding now. Oh, there we go. We have it below its max HP. We can kill it now, guys. We can kill it now. Okay, heavy arterial bleeding. Come on. Oh, it grabbed us for a second. Okay, let's maneuver through. It's healing slowly. Oh, come on, it's almost down. Holy shit. Okay. Oh, Joshua takes a deep breath after that heated battle with one of the horrors of the apocalypse. And a deranged Hatchman, who is a type of feral, has heard our gunshots and come up here to investigate. We're going to fire at him twice real quick, and then back off through the slick surfaces. He fell again. Take him out. Despite being a deranged axeman, he in fact didn't have an axe. I am deeply disappointed. There was a moment that I was actually thinking that might have saved us, but no. We're going to unload this magazine and reload that with just some ammo for that's just like in our bag. So that magazine is full. Can we reload any of our other magazines from stuff in our bag? Yeah, it looks like we still have a bunch of ammo. So we're pretty good there. We'll go ahead and put our Glock away. Well, we're not going to use our Glock very much, except for situations like that where it's just like we just don't have a choice. We just don't have a choice. With how much HP we ended up seeing that thing have, that dissolute devourer, we would not have been able to kill it with a mace. It would have killed us. I can pretty much guarantee that now. I was just tending to my wounds real quick. Okay, let's get back to the plan at hand. Is there anything below us now? Yeah, like a million fucking zombies. We've definitely not made our situation any better firing the gun, but I still have faith that we can take care of this. I have a plan B. If plan A being to make a new mace and just fucking kill all of these zombies. Plan B, I do have if it comes to it. And I almost don't want to tell you what plan B is because there's so many people who would just be like, why don't you just go to plan B? Why don't you just go to plan B? But it's just, and I understand that plan B is a better plan, but plan A is more interesting. So we're going to try plan A first. Are there seats here? There are seats because there's seat belts. So we can go ahead and try and remove these seats. They're not leather seats. So there's a chance that they will give us something different. Cotton patches. That's not what we needed. Damn. We really just need a stick at this point. How do you get a stick in a wooden or a stone building? You know what I did realize though? There is something over there that is useful to us. I was looking for the windows. I was looking for the wrong thing. I didn't even realize. Oh man, there's probably so many people that are pissed at me right now. So we're gonna go ahead and drop our heavy things again. Pull out the halogen bar just to make sure that we have it with us because it was in our backpack. Make sure that we're not encumbered pretty much at all, and we're gonna make this jump again. The goal is going to be. Looks like there's a zombie child in the way. We managed to swing at it from on top of the thing here. Okay. What we're going to do is. There we go. One plank. Close that door real quick. I didn't think about this part. How do we get the plank back? I could leave my halogen bar here and grab the plank and run it back, and then we just come back for a halogen bar later. Don't know if we have a choice. I think we just have to do that. Which means that any zombies, including this one, we have to just run from. Can we still make the jump? Yes, we can. Okay. I'll put everything back on and crouch again to reduce how far things are seeing us from. And let's make a stick. Joshua just sitting in this car complex slowly over the course of 2 hours, carving a stick from a plank. And then from there, carving together and putting together carefully a simple mace. We do see a soldier zombie, but I believe it is on a rooftop nearby or on the streets below, so it's not something we need to be concerned about. This also gives us time for our wounds to heal, and now we have a simple mace, a proper weapon. It has 22 bash and 101 moves per attack, which means that it attacks once per turn, pretty close to perfect. It will do less damage against armored and a decent damage against agile creatures, but it will do on average 16 damage, which is about what we need, and it is capable of being a weapon for at least a little while. Now, the issue is that it is, as you'll see here, flimsy and won't last long in combat. I believe if we were able to upgrade it into a trench mace, the thing about a trench mace is that the trench mace is in fact not flimsy, correct? Yeah. It doesn't have durable, which is what you really want. And the Halogen bar, for the record, does have durable, but the problem is that the Halogen bar is insanely valuable to us. Actually, that's a good point. Can we actually make... Can we do anything to get up to a trench mace? We would need a tool of drilling, which we just don't have. Joshua has great need to find a proper weapon. As it stands, even with all of the effort we just put into this pipe mace is not going to last us very long, this simple mace. There's a small meat cocoon over there, which is something that happens whenever cockroaches and bugs die and they begin to regenerate. It's basically evolving to something new. I'm actually don't leave it because it's not a problem for us. There's 8 small meat cocoons. Excuse me. Oh no, that's just the symbol is an 8. That's very confusing considering like it'll say 7 zombies here and then it says 8 small meat cocoons, but no, it's actually just 1 small meat cocoon with the symbol 8 next to it. A deranged axeman that's to the south of us here could potentially be useful because most of the time they actually do carry an axe. I am just like deeply surprised and disappointed that we actually managed to kill an axeman who didn't have an axe. That's I think that's No Hope doing its work. No Hope reduces the loot, and that includes the loot of zombies, I believe, which means that there's a good chance that the reason he didn't have an axe is because we're on No Hope. But we are going to start taking these guys out. We don't make too much noise bashing down zombies here, and we just kind of need to reduce. I mean, there's 25 zombies on our screen right now. And you can tell down here because it says 19 basics, 2 fats, and then some extras, right? There's more than 25 zombies on our screen, and there's plenty that we probably can't see too. So we're going to try and just drag them back into the darkness and take care of as many of them as possible. Is this stun gun even useful? Does it have range? I don't know. I've never made use of a stun gun, so I don't know if it's any good. People could let me know in the comments if you think that a stun gun's actually going to help us in any way. I don't think it will, but I will say Joshua being a person of technology and guns is incredibly new to me. Vellum was one of my first runs of Cataclysm. I was doing a solo run for my own entertainment at the same time, which meant that I was learning Cataclysm a lot faster than simply my YouTube run, but he still was pretty... Oh, man, my simple mace is already taking a ton of damage. Ooh, expandable baton. Okay. That's actually a really nice, useful thing. And we're also going to take his gun and his flashbang. I believe if we expand the expandable baton... Let's check. Its damage values change. It's only 10 bashing, but it is really fast. It has rapid strike and precise strike, which means that it can stun things and it can make 2 swings instead of 1 for 66% damage, which is actually 132% damage total. So if when our mace breaks, that is an acceptable, if not good weapon. What I mean to say there is that it's an acceptable but not good weapon. My bad. Always make sure that we're checking our wounds. Make sure that we don't have any wounds that are not healing in any way. Okay, I don't care about that one because that's only like a little bit of damage there. Something that would be useful that my friend Mahari just recently gave me as an idea would be, because we want to go north, if we were to run to the south or jump over to that building to the south, fire our gun, and then sneak our way back north, we would actually be able to draw a lot of these guys away. Because we've already proven that we can jump across buildings pretty consistently here, I think we're going to do that. We're going to drop our mace, backpack. You know the deal. We're going to grab from our backpack our Glock carry pistol and our canteen, because our character doesn't like the canteen rubbing against us. And then we are going to make the jump again, and we'll stand on the roof and fire it. Ooh, that's not good. They actually took out some of the ledge. Yeah, the horde is getting very thick to the point where it's actually destroying some of the walls, which is making the ledges fall. Okay. I think we can do this, though. I think this is a good idea. I think we're moving in the right direction. Okay. So we're going to step over here. And we're just going to... Might as well actually fire a real shot. Like, actually do some damage. We'll fire at that guy a few times. Just make a bunch of noise. Maybe kill a few zombies while we're here. We can probably unload our gun doing this. Really give them some time to get over here, right? How did we miss that one? Block carry pistol is empty. So what we're going to do now is we're going to back up. Crouch. Maybe we have to prone because stuff still sees us. Okay. Crawl back over here. They are starting to break down the building. We need to now jump across, and we're going to go up to the roof so that nothing sees us. Because if they see us, it'll ruin this, right? And then we'll go back down for our stuff. So I think our stuff is on the next level down. Yeah, we'll use the shadows. Stuff should be right over there. I don't think we can do this trick again, though, because they have obliterated... How did you get up here? They have obliterated our little platform here. Put everything back on. Let's wield the mace and just grab the baton. And then move through the shadows. Sneak through the shadows. Apparently the brainless zombie fell off the ledge. Okay, now if we check, there are still a few zombies around us, but most of them should have moved to the south. Let's check real quick. Yeah. We've congregated. Man, if we had a grenade or something like that, oh boy, we could take out the vast majority of this horde. We could become legends if we had a grenade. But as it stands, we don't. So we are going to uncrouch, because I think whenever, let me actually double check. Whenever we're crouching, we have a move speed penalty, right? But yeah, because we have a move speed cost with our crouching, but I don't think it provides any other negatives to us. Causing a little bit of noise, fighting creatures. We're actually gonna drop our backpack real quick. It'll make us just a tiny bit better at combat. Pupating zombie is right at the bottom of the stairs there. I don't know if we can kill that pupating zombie. I keep seeing messages of, oh, we're wielding a stick now. Our thing finally came apart. Yeah. Without being able to make like a proper mace, I mean, at least we got a stick out of it. So if we wanted to, we can make another mace. And in fact, we can actually pick up the duct tape and the leather patch as well. The baton does 1 damage and only 10 on a crit. I don't know if we can kill the pupating zombie with the baton. Realistically speaking, I think we need a weapon with cuts in order to have any reasonable chance of killing that pupating zombie. Man, for everything that we make to make our life better, we did at least one thing as making our life worse again. We can easily make another simple mace, though. So that's, again, a better weapon, and it gives us time for our wounds to heal a little bit. It might be close to time for us to try Plan B. Plan B is that we wait until nighttime, and we sneak past the vast majority of them. Again, I don't want to do that because that is not very interesting, but I'm quickly going from not very interesting to we're running out of options here. We'll eat a little bit of our food, drink a little bit of our water. We do have some water nearby, but it is quickly becoming inaccessible. Okay, the simple mace is freaking useless against pupating zombies. I actually just can't kill it with the simple mace. I broke another mace trying to kill the pupating zombie, which means that the only way we would be able to kill it would be to shoot it with a gun, which would be bringing all those things back to us again. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to head up here and enact Plan D. Were there any cars on the top level? No. It's unfortunate. They don't want to head to the top level anyways. I mean, I guess we can read some books while we're waiting till nighttime. We're not tired enough to be able to sleep in the broad daylight like this. Maybe we can sleep if we go into like a car seat or something like that. Unfortunately, we removed all the car seats. Of course we did. I am worried about sleeping on this floor because one of those zombies could... Okay, it looks like we can get in here. And at least they'll bash down the door, which will warn us if they're coming. Okay, let's rest, set an alarm for, let's say, 6 hours from now, so we don't sleep through the night. And that'll heal all of our wounds as well. So that's something useful. This won't take forever because there's a lot of zombies in range, which means that they're all within simulation range. So the game is going to take a long time for it to figure it out. So we'll be back whenever we wake back up. And the goal will be to sneak to the north, find out how much fuel is in one of those tanks. And then our next goal will be how the hell, let's just assume that the tanks are full. Best case scenario. How the hell do we move it? That's going to be a lot of fuel. A fuel jerry can is not going to be worth it, right? And we need most to almost all of that fuel in order to be worth moving it in the first place, because we need that much fuel in order to fuel the actual truck, right? I also kind of really want my halogen bar back. I don't know how much it's worth going back over there to get it. Guess we're on the level, right? So we can try this again, jump across just one more time, just sneak over there and grab it and come back. We will crouch our way over. There's still one place where we can jump across. Oh, there are so many zombies over here. Yep, nope, that was a bad idea. We'll have to come back for it. I guess for now, we wield our extendable baton. The pupating zombie has just sat here for 6 hours at the bottom of the stairs, blocking our ability to get out of here. What the hell, Cataclysm? That's completely unreasonable. Come on. Completely unreasonable. How strong of a weapon is this switchblade? I mean, it does 16 pierce. Hold on, let's wield this real quick. And I want to see if... The idea here is that we could get this thing bleeding with the piercing weapon. Yeah, it seems to be working. We bleed it with the piercing weapon, and eventually it dies. That is one of the values of cut and pierce weapons, is that pierce weapons are really good against armor, and cut weapons, or just any kind of weapon that does any amount of cutting or bleeding, is good against regenerating targets. Okay, is there anything here that we want to take before we move on? No. So we want to head through this building. We can take out a few. We don't want to make too much noise because, we don't really have a real weapon here. And then all I want to do, get over to here. It's not open, so we'll climb. Is there seriously no fuel inside? How do we tell? Let's try unload. Doesn't seem to tell us. It says a fuel tank filled with gasoline. We have a... No, we don't have a tube. Okay. I have an idea. We have to buy gasoline in order to get it out of the pumps. Okay, so there's 1,400 gasoline there. 3,000 there. Is that a manhole cover? No, that's spotlight. Okay. We're going to Quantum Tunnel here because that tough zombie just grabbed us. Check this one. That's diesel. More diesel. Okay, so I imagine that these gas pumps are pulling fuel from this, question mark? We might not be able to pull from the gas canister itself. That might be why we can't interact with it. I'm not sure how that works, though. Again, I've never tried this before. I mean, 20,000 was like 10%. So this would probably be another 10% gasoline. And considering how much effort it is, this is just refueling our helicopter is going to be... It's going to be a little bit of a nightmare, to be honest. It's going to be really hard. I am curious if there's any gas stations on the edge of town closer to the helicopter itself. We might also be able to make space in our house for the helicopter to land, perhaps on our roof. We do have to watch out for the rotors. If the rotors hit anything solid, the entire helicopter is going to explode. Don't ask me how I know that. And there's one more gas station out here too, right? There is, yes. With our level of technology, the best plan I can come up with, and the best idea I can come up with on how to move all of this gasoline out of this place. And please, if you do know, let me know if there's another way to get the gasoline out of this tank, and whether this tank is the fuel for these, or if these have their own separate fuel. Because if there's a way to get gasoline out of this tank, I'm not sure what it is. I might go and grab my tube to see if I get an option to siphon it, right? because sometimes you don't get options to do stuff unless you have the right tools. But my current idea for, with the technology we have and the tools available to us, would be to basically go back and grab our 200-liter tank, right? Our 200-liter canister. Come over here, grab as much fuel as possible, and then wield it. Basically carry it in our main hands all the way back. And then once we get back home, we'll dump it off. And if we ever run into any zombies along the way, which we probably will, we can just drop it, pull out a weapon, kill the zombies, and move on. And worst case scenario, we'll favorite it so that if we do have to drop it and leave at any point, we can always come back for it, right? And it'll kind of just be a very slow and arduous trip to come back with the giant fucking fuel canister in our hands. Outside of that, like, in a normal situation, if we weren't in No Hope with increased hordes, we would just, find a truck and drive it over here. But the problem is, as you guys have seen, with No Hope, there are no repaired vehicles. The vehicles have been destroyed by the Cataclysm and by all the zombies. Which means that it would be just as much work to get a car over here as it is to refuel our helicopter, so we might as well focus on the helicopter instead, because we would probably have to replace parts on the car, and the fact just finding a fully working car of No Hope is nigh impossible. And this is not just saying from Joshua's experience here, this is coming from the fact that I actually play with No Hope on all of my personal playthroughs now, so I have about 100 hours on No Hope now, and in that time, although it may be possible, I have never found a fully working car. Not one that requires like an acetylene torch and some other stuff to get working again. So we know what's here and we know it's worth our time, but we don't have a way to move that gasoline. I hate leaving my halcyon bar behind. It is an insanely good tool, but I may have to. What I'm thinking about doing is heading to the edge of town, like over towards the water, and just moving our way back north towards home. It's not me giving up, it's me going and getting more tools so that we can move this gas, because I honestly didn't think until now that if we did find a whole bunch of gasoline that we don't have a way to move it. Oh man, I just noticed that there's a third what the hell? There's a full garage here with a gas station. Okay, maybe we don't leave, maybe we go deeper, because this garage is going to have almost every tool we ever need in it, but we don't have a weapon. We really don't have a weapon. I mean, we have a gun, but we've already seen how bad the gun is for us. There's so many good buildings right around us here. There's another garage here. Oh, this is actually really... So these garages are basically like mechanical shops for cars, right? So they're going to have a lot of tools in them that are very useful for us. I will also mention that this recycle center is also very useful for us, but probably not right now. That's more useful whenever we get to some repair stuff. I will say that if worst case scenario, if trying to get to this garage leads to us being in trouble, we do have a subway station and also a radio station as major points of retreat. There's also a dojo here. Holy crap, this area is just so incredibly dense with useful buildings. Unfortunately, I think that might be where we're going to have to end it for today. I think our goal is going to be now to go to get some sort of weapon, maybe from the outdoorsman store here that I just found, or from the pawn shop. Both have a decent chance of having a weapon as long as they're not run down. And then we head over to this full-size 3-building long garage. There is a subway station right next to it. So what we could do is we could head into the subway station here and then pop back out here. They should be connected. And then once we get here, we will likely find more gasoline, some car parts, definitely some tools that we're probably missing, but we'll also likely find some way to move gasoline. I do hope. In worst case scenario, we have enough gas stores here and gas stations here that we're going to have the ability to get our our helicopter back in the air very soon. In fact, I almost hope that it will be likely next episode. With that, I hope you guys have enjoyed the episodes, and I'm going to sit here and mark a whole bunch of buildings that I have noticed are actually also useful, because it's a little crazy that I have found so many all in one area. I have played with No Hope quite a lot, and with this city settings quite a lot, and despite the fact that the hordes are nearly untenable, the rewards for these hordes are even greater than I can imagine. and I have ever been used to here. I hope you guys have enjoyed the episode, and if you have, please feel free to leave any suggestions in the comments, like the video, and if you want to see more Cataclysm or hard games, subscribe. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.